Good morning. Good morning to all. Listen, I did not announce this. I did not put up any kind of notification, but I just wanted to come on and talk for a minute. Um, Here's the deal. The Menendez brothers. If you've watched Jen Coffin Daffers, then I agree with her 100%. No, they did not deserve a new trial. No, they could not prove that any of their claims were true. They went outside, they reloaded, they went back in, completely premeditated. It's completely premeditated, period. The end. That's what they did. Sorry, but that is what they did. Now, I know there's a lot of back and forth. I know there's a lot of claims about this, that, and the other, but there's absolutely not one bit of proof anywhere. That's the problem. You can say whatever you want to say, even the Menuna boy. What was that all about? Jim Cofferdaffer said it best. It was all about the fact that he was asked, he was going to be in some documentary and they wanted to bring this up. So he says, oh, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. No, there's not one bit of proof, and I have never believed any of that was true either. Do I believe one child may have uh, messed around with the other? Possibly. Hell, I don't know. But I do know that I just think the allegations against the parents are all false. Absolutely false. Let's talk about Travis Decker for a moment. In my mind, and I could be wrong here, but in my mind, I have felt like Travis Decker was gone from day one. He did not just sit around out there and he took his own life. He took the children's life and then he took his own life. Now, what's shocking is how close they were to finding him, how close he was to them and was not found. What does that mean? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of times when remains are found, even though places had been previously checked before. Okay, we know that happens. We've seen it happen before. There's then there's the other cases. There's Jack and Lily. There's poor little Sebastian baby. Then there's the Baptiste case. Oh my God, that case is absolutely sickening. That poor little girl. No, she did not walk all the way over there. That was all just a setup to try to act like she ran away. Hell no. She was not, she had no body strength to walk anywhere. I hope those two people fry in hell for what they did. It's absolutely disgusting. Jack and Lily, why? Where are they? There's no way this happened. No, Where are those two children? Now they're saying, oh well, they were not just hidden away. They were not just given away. Well, they didn't just walk away. Where are they? Please. I mean, for the love of God, do the right thing. Let those babies be found. Let them be laid to rest. If you cannot afford to lay them to rest, put out a GoFundMe. I'm telling you, people will help you. I will help you. I will help you set up the GoFundMe. I don't care. But no, it's wrong. Sebastian, that poor child, please, please. Mom, if you know where he is, just let it be known. Okay, if you lied about what happened to him, it's okay. Accidents happen, things. You might get some time for, lying about it, but please let somebody know. Don't just continue this. Children don't just poof into thin air. It does not happen. Jack and Lily did not poof into thin air. It did not happen. My God, what more? I mean, what do we have to do to get these people to please tell us where these babies are? It's just, you're not going to get away with this forever. It's not going to happen that way. I promise you that. You will get caught at some point. There is no statute of limitations when it comes to the death of children. Sorry, that's not going to happen. Emmanuel, look at Emmanuel. It's the same situation. Where's that baby at? We all know that you two did something to that child. I know that. What's going to happen is the dad's going to turn on the mom. That's already happening. Hey there, Kelly. Good to see you. Good to see you this morning. I don't mean to preach. I've just been watching a few things right now, and I'm just so tired of the same thing. These poor children. These cases are just. There's too many of them. There's just too many of them. I mean, look at the Menendez brothers. I'm going to tell y'all something. Those two are dangerous. They're dangerous together, right? Okay, this is a prime example of that kind of thing. So this narrative put out about Oh, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, they got the narrative out there and they're going with this, they're going with that. But, none of that ever happened. The sad part is she got to a plea bargain and got that out there before any real investigation could be done. Now, am I going to say Dee Dee was right? No, I'm not. And I'm not going to say that she was an abused child either. She has medical conditions. We know she does. Now, we know that she's got the chromosomal disorder, okay, that causes problems within her system, her eyes, her teeth. I mean, geez, my God, it's terrible. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Yeah, I hope I'm speaking the truth about this. It's just ridiculous. And there's so many unanswered questions about these babies. I mean, who's the next? Look at the resume. The resume. I don't think I'm saying her name right. That little girl. Look at her. God Almighty. Look at Jaden. It just goes on and on. And people are like, how can you blame? It's like, how can you blame the parents? I'm glad. I'm sorry you're at work and you have to listen, but thank you so much, Kelly. I really do appreciate it. I do. I just love talking to my friends. I do. I'm on my phone, so it's hard for me to see much because I'm also traveling today. So I just decided to jump on. It is heartbreaking. It is very heartbreaking to look back at all these little cases and see all these children, and all it would take was one person to pay attention and say something, for God's sake. Another thing I noticed that happens, these people, they're reported to CPS. What do? They pick up and move to another state. They get reported again. They just pick up and move to another state because there is no tracking system that goes from state to state. Any kind of reports within a CPS system are just held within the state that they happened in. It should be national, right? It absolutely, they need to make a change, and I hope somebody creates a law to make this national, just like they have the national missing children's. They need to have the national abused children, right? Oh my God. It's just terrible. But I was talking about Gypsy Rose for a minute, but anyway, and then I noticed what you'd said. But Gypsy Rose Blanchard is dangerous, right? She's already learned that you can do something like this, create whatever narrative you want to, and uh, and then they're just going to go for it. Menendez brothers tried the same thing, but absolutely, they've been in jail long enough that people could figure out, no, that never happened. How do we make change? I can tell you how we can make change, Kelly. How to make change is to go to your governors, to each state, to the governors, and have them do some kind of fight to create a law that says, if you are in the system with CPS in the state of Texas, your name will be made and put into a national system. We need our government to stand up and say, we're going to create a national database of children, abusers of children, so that you're out there. So that whenever the first report comes in from, like, let's say the state of Arizona, they can go out and look at all other states and say, has this person been reported before? And if there are reports on this person before, they really need to be watched closely because okay, I'm not going to say there's accidents, but yes, people have been reported and it's been unfounded. Okay, yes, that happens a lot. All right, we know that. But when it is a founded case and they just move to another state, they need to create a national database. That's what I think. How to make this happen? Boy, it's going to take finding people who are like-minded who want to fight for the same thing. So yes, it's absolutely possible. It is. I know it. I know it is. There's been all kinds of laws created from when things happen and there's not a law about it. People create find ways to make laws about it so that it doesn't happen over and over and over. Now, will there always be child abuse? Yes, sadly there will be. Will there always be babies' lives taken and then it's lied about? Absolutely, there will be. Right? We know that. So, just this morning, I'm just really frustrated with watching all this. Um, and when I'm talking about the Menendez brothers, the other thing about them is, and this goes for any jury trial. When you have selected to have a trial by jury, you have said, I want a jury of my peers to decide what my punishment is. Well, they made their decision of what the punishment was. I understand it was based on the laws at that time, but the laws change all the time. Does that mean every single case out there? where there are people that were under the age of 21, that we go back and say, oh, wait a minute, you were 20 or you were 19, and then the law changed. Let's go back and retry you now. No, no, that's not how it should work. There's no grandfather, there's no way to spend that kind of money to re-sentence people all the time. You made your decision, a jury of your peers. You wanted the jury trial. You got the jury trial. You do not undermine the jury. When you start doing that, you just might as well not even have a jury trial ever. Because if you can change the jury's decision, what was the point of the jury trial in the first place, right? Anyway, that's how I feel about that. I mean, it's, boy, and I know that it happens in every state. There's all kind of cases out there where they're looking to try to um, change whatever the jury decision was based on the fact that when the law changed on the age of these people. But that shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. No, I don't think a 15-year-old belongs in prison for life or on death row. I certainly don't. But when you are over 18, when you're 19, 20, 21, and you do what they did, they went outside and reloaded these guns, and came back in to finish the job. They knew exactly what they were doing. It was not rage, it was premeditated. Okay, period. Just like, Gypsy Rose, hers was completely premeditated. She took the time to talk this other child into do this. She knew he was not um, mentally stable. She knew that he had autism. She knew that she could talk him into this. She used her. I get it's just like Lori Daybell. Sex. She used sex to get what she wanted out of Nick, and he's in jail for the rest of his life. Lori, she got what she wanted using sex, and now they're both in jail for the rest of their lives where they belong. Sorry, but that's what they did. We all know it. I mean, oh, just frustrated this morning, just so frustrated. I was watching something about Jack and Lily, and they were reading about how the RCMP is telling everybody, you just need to be patient. Be patient for what? What are you doing? You got Dan Martell running all over the place, making statements everywhere. You got Malaya over there not saying a damn word to anybody, nothing, which apparently seems to be the smartest way to go, because look over here, we have Crispy Critter over here talking to he was talking to every damn YouTube channel or whatever, just saying whatever he wanted to. But then we have KK over there just not saying a damn word. It's the same situation right there. What's going to happen to them? I don't know. But there's absolutely proof in both cases that these children did not just poof into thin air. Okay, it's very solvable. Both of them are solvable. I know they are. I tell you what, if you watched Mob Crew last night, I'm sure you saw some pretty interesting things. I myself have sent Mob Crew some information that I came across quite by accident. And what I found on it, and I'll tell you where it came from. Remember when SF Investigates put out this picture, but it said, had a big old blur across it that said blurred for privacy. I was able to take that blurring off. I'm not going to tell you how I did that, but I was able to take the blurring off, and you'd be shocked what I saw. Yeah, you will. And I'm hoping, I sent it to Mob Crew, and I'm hoping that he is able to go through it and he can verify and just go through the steps and do the same thing I did. Because if we both come up with the same thing, then it must be true, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I hope he has a chance to do that. But anyway, I've got to get myself going this morning. I'm going to finish reading the 2 chapters out of my book. I think I'm going to just pre-record those last couple of chapters for you guys on Sociopath's Memoirs. It's been such a fun book. I've really enjoyed reading it. If you get a chance, just go back and listen to it whenever you can. It's fine. I'm going to get that finished up today. I'm going to get myself together and just hit the road. I'm going to my son's house, and it's about it's a 2.5 hour drive, which is not far, but it's still, I can't drive at night anymore because of my crazy eyesight. But anyway, I just wanted to hop on, get this out of my mind and out of my mouth and onto YouTube, onto somebody to listen to me. I'm here by myself about what I think and how I feel and what's going on and what can we do about it and how to make changes and mm, anyway. It's good to see everybody this morning. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day at work. Enjoy your weekend. If I don't see you the rest of the weekend, I'll see you back on Monday. Have a good time, whatever you're doing this weekend. And hey, I'm telling you, I say this all the time. Be safe. Take care and hug your babies. Life is short with your children, right? And it's even shorter once they leave your home. And the amount of time that you get to see them, enjoy them while you can. Anyway, bye guys. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Thank you, Kelly.